This evening we have made history. This seat has been held by a Conservative MP since 1885. That's 139 years. Today, the people of Epsom, York, Ashford and Leatherhead have elected their first Liberal Democrat Member of Parliament and their first female MP. With the incumbent, incompetent government, the residents of Epsom, York, Ashford and Leatherhead together voted for change, and change they have achieved. I am absolutely honoured and delighted to be elected the Member of Parliament for Epsom and York. Someone said to me just yesterday, Helen, I'm voting for you because you've been in the army. You know how to get things done. You just get on with the job. As the new MP for the constituency of Epsom and York, this is what I intend to do. To get on with the job, listening, serving and delivering for the people of Epsom, York, Ashford and Leatherhead. As I take over this baton, it would be remiss of me not to thank Chris Rayleigh, who's been the MP here in Epsom and York for 23 years. Chris was a conscientious MP and he helped many a local resident. And as I've been canvassing over the past year and a half, I've heard many stories, such as how he helped people with their tax returns, but also helped someone, my friend, when her son was paralysed from the neck down. So thank you, Chris, for all the years of hard work. Thank you to everyone who's put their faith and confidence in me and voted for me. Thank you especially to the many Labour, Conservative, Green, True and Fair party members and supporters who together understood that the only way to change things here in Epsom and York was to vote for me, their Liberal Democrat candidate. And I thank each and every one of you for your support and for voting for me. I know that I may also be your first choice, and this is absolutely why we need political reform. So I also want to take this opportunity to speak to the Labour members in the room. It's been an interesting election with competing bar charts and narratives which have quite frankly left people quite confused. Labour has now won an overall majority in Parliament, and I urge them to use this to enable political reform. At a recent Labour conference, 85% of their members voted for proportional representation. And so this morning, I'm asking Labour members to put this to their leadership, to reform the political system, to allow people to truly have their say, so that in future they don't have to navigate the endless polls and opinions. This morning is the culmination of a 2.5-year journey for me, and I want to thank everyone who's contributed to this success. We built a winning campaign team with over 400 phenomenal volunteers who supported this campaign, and for many of them this was the first time they'd ever been involved in politics. You are all superheroes. Thank you. Thank you for every hour that you've contributed to the campaign, for pounding the streets, knocking on the doors, delivering leaflets. Together we have effective change. I also want to thank my agent and my amazing husband and family, who've quite simply put up with Mum continuously condemning, and who supported me in every regard, whether leafleting, skateboarding, or just giving Mum a good old hug when she needed it. Thank you also to the returning officer, the election officer, and everyone who's worked here this evening and worked in the polling stations throughout the day into the early hours. And I know that quite frankly now you just want to go home, so I'm almost there. So today the hard work begins, and I look forward to starting the job as the Member of Parliament for Epsom and York and serving this wonderful community. Thank you.